9:30, and we are still rolling here.
So that's really the most important impact. But most importantly, also we've seen a lot more businesses coming up. And by the way, if you didn't know, Uganda is ranked highly among countries that are very innovative in terms of business innovation, trying to start something and growing it into a great business idea. The only challenge, of course, is that the survival rate is low. And one of the reasons why the survival rate is low is lack of capital. You find someone has a good idea, but they do not have the money to fund the idea. So the financing that is obtained from these MFIs has been tremendous in giving value, in giving, being a stepping stone for such businesses to grow. So we've seen innovation, we've seen poverty alleviation. Poverty alleviation, because like we said at the beginning, microfinance sector, its main focus is on the low-income earners compared to the traditional commercial banks. So with these businesses, with these individuals accessing credit, accessing some money, you find that poverty levels have reduced. There has been a reduction in income inequalities, because there's nothing that is so bad like knowing that someone is extremely rich, but they are also living with someone that is extremely poor, barely affording what to eat.
Yes.
With the coming of microfinance institutions in Uganda for the last maybe 10 to 20 years,
yes,
we've seen such a gap reducing. Okay. We've seen people accessing credit. We've seen people, getting to at least afford the basic minimum of life. And that also increases their confidence. Business is about confidence, by the way. You find that someone who is confident is better at business than someone who is, forgotten, the forgotten of the forgotten, out there in the countryside. They don't know what a bank means. They don't know what it means to have money to, be kept in the bank and all these kinds of things. All they know is when I get my 5,000 shillings, I have my pillow, I'll be keeping it there. I don't want it to be lost.
Okay.
So the financial institutions, specifically in the microfinance sector, have been very helpful in even extending financial literacy to such businesses, such individuals, to tell them, look, you can actually pull your money, come up with a business idea, fund it, and grow that money into something bigger. So we've seen a lot more people actually embracing the idea of financial inclusion, embracing the idea of pulling resources together, embracing the idea of ensuring that they do not keep money under their pillows.
Okay. Let's also get into of what benefits will businesses gain by entrusting the microfinance sector.
Great. So first of all, the microfinance sector, like we said, is the bridge. It's a bridge that connects people that cannot access banking services in the traditional banking sector, commercial banking sector. So first of all, the regulation that has come up for the microfinance sector should also give confidence to the population. They should know that if anything goes wrong, for example, they have where to run to. You can run to UMRA, Uganda Regulatory Authority, a microfinance regulatory authority. You can run to Bank of Uganda for those that are regulated under the central bank. I gave you the examples of private microfinance, finance trust, and all these. So this increases confidence. Regulation, its key advantage is to increase public confidence. So if I'm a businessman and I know I can go to Letseo or Finca or wherever and I get a loan or I get any other service, and if anything goes wrong, I have where to run to, then I have a reason to trust anything that I'm dealing with them. So the public should be encouraged to trust the microfinance sector. That does not, of course, mean that everything is okay in the sector, because we've seen what we call loan sharks, for example. Some people mistake microfinance institutions be the loan sharks. I'm not talking about someone who is charging 200% overnight. Populism in those kinds of institutions. That's not the sector I'm talking about, and I really don't want to go there. I'm talking about responsible partners in growing business. Those are the microfinance kinds of institutions that I'm talking about. Okay. Trust them. They have what it takes. They will walk the journey with you. They will do everything to protect you, to protect your steps that you take in growing your business. And definitely, they grow as you grow. That's the good thing with microfinance institutions. They grow with you. So they hold your hand to grow as you go along.
All right. Yeah. As let's say, what are your main priorities for the next financial year? What are the key things that you're looking at in the next financial year? Okay.
As let's say, of course, we are looking at extending credit to diversified sectors. Traditionally, we've been so much into deduction at source kind of business. This is the loans that we extend to public servants. But we are trying to, because currently it's our portfolio diversification, our portfolio allocation is more or less about 75 deduction at source or the payroll loans, and the other balance to the MSE loans, what we call program loans. So in the next financial year, we are looking at reducing the concentration on deduction at source to the normal trade industry, the retail businesses, agriculture, schools. We are trying to make sure that we uplift those, because when you look at public servants, for example, for them, they are somehow already earning something from government. So they're not, you'd say they're not very badly off, like someone who is trying to struggle to put up a kiosk downtown and trying to make ends meet. So we are saying this is a sector that we can actually create more value in, and this is a sector that we can really partner with. We can empower and grow with them, and it can cause the highest impact than funding probably someone who's already employed or earning some amount of money.
All right. Yeah. As we are ending this discussion, your parting remarks?
Yes, thank you. My parting remarks would be, I want to encourage the public out there to reach out to financial institutions, microfinance institutions specifically. I am very passionate about microfinance because it understands the problems, the challenges that the average person goes through. Fortunately or unfortunately, the biggest percentage of the population is in that category of low-income earners or the active poor. So this is not really the focus of the main financing sector of commercial banks. So you have a partner who understands what you're going through and who is willing to work with you, hold your hand until you get there. So do not lose that opportunity. The opportunity is there, the financing is there. Come, learn some things from the finance sector. Come and explore, share your dreams, and they'll be able to help you grow your business ideas. You may not be looking at only money. You may also want to learn other aspects about business. Okay. You want to know about how do I make sure that I do not, for example, overtrade. Some businesses overtrade, for example. How do I, for example, keep records for my business? How do I make sure that I am not spending too much on things that do not add value to the business? So there's a lot of financial literacy that comes along with the services which are offered by microfinance institutions. And these kinds of literacy sessions, these kinds of additional, what you call additional services or after-sale services, they're very key. They're very key. Some of these things we do not even charge them. They're for free. Come and get free knowledge. This knowledge, ideally, you should be paying for it when you invite other experts whose core business is actually to train, but you're getting free knowledge on top of getting money from a microfinance institution. So this is really a great opportunity that the public should be embracing, that the public should be looking out to.
All right.
Yeah.
That is Dennis Ahimbisubwe, Finance Manager at Letseho. And of course, we've been looking at the role of the microfinance sector in revamping businesses in Uganda. The next financial year is focusing, the next 2 financial year, I should say, will be focusing on economic recovery. I don't know what you're doing to see that you revamp your businesses. Have you switched businesses or in anything that you're doing? But recovery is one of the key priorities that everyone is focusing more on this very year. And that brings us to the end of our discussion. But stick around, I'm getting back with sports business. Good morning.